City of Stevens Point Board of Public Works meeting, recorded January 14, 2019.
Call the Board of Public Works meeting to order. Trish, can we get a roll call, please?
Sure. Mayor Wiesa.
Here.
Mary Neville. Here. Corey Leddick.
Here.
Jeremy Slawinski.
Here.
Sean Morrow.
Here.
Tori Jennings. Here. And Mary McComb. Yes.
Everyone is present. We will move on. Item number 1 is to accept the director's report and place it on file. Director, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, nothing to add.
Okay. Comments or questions from the committee? Okay. Alderperson Slawinski.
I'll move approval.
Thank you. Do we have a second? Seconded by McComb. Any discussion from the audience? Comments? Okay, bringing it back to the committee. All those in favor of accepting the director's report and placing it on file signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That is approved. Item number 2 is to accept an ordinance amendment, section 9.02 for 15 miles per hour speed limit and section 9.05 for no parking. This came about in District 9, Alderperson McComb's district, in regards to the Cash Playground. We got reports of people not exactly obeying the speed limit. There's a lot of children there in the summer, and we're looking at ways to try and make that area safer. Director, was there anything you'd like to add?
No, that summarizes that part of it.
This is a start. We're going to start with this. We've also got a couple of other things in the works, including speed bumps or some other sort of something we put in the road during the summer season to try and get traffic to slow down and be aware that there are people crossing in that area. So, Alderperson Jennings?
I think you may have already addressed it, but just changing the speed limit alone rarely slows traffic unless there's enforcement, and we don't have the personnel to do that. So I was wondering, Director, if you could sort of share with us the design problem of that street, because it's design
Actually,
that determines behavior.
Can't. We're only talking about the ordinance tonight. But that's really what we're getting at, is that there may be some other things coming in the future to be aware of. Alderperson Morrow.
Things that that Tori talked about as well. I know we've had some problems in my area as well with folks who would do a speed, and we've put out the flashing sign for a while. We've asked the police to come out there, and they've done some speed checks and so on, because as Virginia had said, just putting the speed limit sign up isn't really going to do too much. And that is something like if you do try to legislate this, I mean, it's not really going to be enforced, because I'm not sure of any other places that has a 50-minute
Main Street.
50 mile an hour going. Okay. I don't think you go more than 15 miles an hour down that street anyway.
Right.
Okay, Alderperson Slawinski.
So you had stated that we're looking at implementing speed bumps, or is that something we're just gonna?
Some of the other things, we're only talking about this ordinance change tonight.
Moving forward.
Moving forward, there will be some other changes that this body will consider.
Okay, because that would kind of put some teeth to it. So,
Okay, any other comments from the committee?
I just want to say, lots of concerns about that area, but also other concerns on the west side about West River Drive, and I've talked to other alders from time to time, and I wish we could get together some citywide something about speeding, because it's incredible. I've seen people going 50 miles an hour down Main Street.
50 miles an hour down Main Street?
Well, maybe 40, but still way too fast.
I agree. Enforcement, as Alderperson Jennings says, enforcement is key. City Attorney.
You're welcome to
That's-
come
Sorry,
to.
that's not what I said, but anyway.
You're welcome to come to municipal court on Thursday and look at the docket with me. And trust me, the speeding enforcement is very robust, and it's done in a strategic manner. Certain points where there are higher likelihoods of speeding and of pedestrians being present. I'd certainly be happy to talk to you about it, and I'm sure that the chief and assistant chiefs would as well. But obviously, you can't catch everybody. There's only so many officers out there, but trust me, we write a lot of tickets for it.
Thank you. Comments from the audience? Alderperson, either way.
So my name is Amanda Fritchie, and I live across the street from Cash Playground,
Address,
directly across
please?
the street. I'm sorry?
The address,
1240
please.
West Whitney
Thank
Street.
you.
And I have written numerous emails and have called numerous people over my last 11 years of living in this house. And it's more than just speeding. It is the constant going the wrong way. It is just total disregard for the population. I can say I am without a doubt surprised that nobody has been hit yet. I am in the process right now of adopting a little girl, and this issue needs to get resolved now, because my child will not get hit because this is not resolved. So although, yes, new speed limit signs is a start, that's bare minimum, more needs to be done.
Thank you. Alderperson Dugan.
Alder Kathy Dugan from District 8. Lots of speeding problems there also. But one thing that has worked, at least for a time.
Alder, we're only talking about the ordinance amendment tonight.
Yes, I know. But there are, enforcement, I think, is important to talk
Thank you.
about. Because we did have a better police presence in a particular neighborhood, and that worked.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Any other comments? Okay, hearing none, I'm sorry, Trish, do we have a motion yet?
No, we do not. I'm going to move. Oh,
Thank you. I'm looking right at you, your district.
Yeah, I'm
Motion
going
by
to
Alder
move.
McComb to approve the ordinance amendment,
Yes.
I assume? Is there a
Yes.
second? Seconded by Alder Slawinski. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the ordinance amendment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that is approved. Excuse me, item number 3 is to award a bid for contract A for the Xenoff Park Synthetic Turf Infield Improvement Project for the general site construction to H&H Civil Construction LLC in the amount not to exceed $291,896.34. Director? Actually, should we have maybe Director Schrader?
Yeah,
Want to explain this again, and remind people that this isn't?
This is an unusual
this is a-
project.
Yeah, it's
I
a
think
little different with the
those
city's
who know.
participation. It's a front of the funds. We're not actually, the city isn't paying for it. They have private funds that
Yeah,
they've
if you
raised.
remember right, we bid this out last time and it came in over budget. I think it was the time constraint we were trying to do it, so we rebid it out. It'll start in August and probably end in probably October, early November. The project itself, the Softball Association is out raising the money, and they've raised the money to cover the cost. We'll be putting turf on the skin part of the 3 infields at Xenoff.
Okay, and that also covers agenda item number 4 as well.
Correct.
Any questions for the director as long as he's up here from the committee? Okay, thank you, Director. Bring it back to the committee. Okay, I'm going to make a motion that we award the bid for contract A for the Xenoff Park Synthetic Turf Infield Improvements Project and for the general site construction to H&H Civil Construction LLC in the amount not to exceed $291,896.34. Seconded by Alderperson Morrow. Further discussion?
Just
Corey?
one thing that I did want to note, just for open information, is part of the funding for this is going to come from a fund that the Parks Department manages that's called the Cell Tower Fund. And basically, that's the revenue from Xenoff Park for the cell towers in Xenoff Park are put into that fund for improvements to the park. And at some point, we probably will need to bring a formal transfer forward just for making this project happen. So I just wanted to make you aware of that as far as any city funds. Again, it's not general capital funds, it's funds that are specifically designated for Xenoff Park.
Perfect, thank you. Alderperson Nabel.
Thank you, Mayor. Cindy Nabel, District 3, 1100 Phillips Street. I just want to make sure, clarification, because I thank you very much for Corey Ladrick for bringing that up, because I wanted to get an idea. So the dollar amount is not being covered completely by this, by the Baseball Association?
It's a variety of sources, and I think Director Schrader could speak a little bit better to it.
So I'd
but
like to have that for
there's-
the public to know exactly
Sure.
how that comes out of where.
Yeah,
how much.
There's a pretty broad base of participation with a number of different organizations. I think Tom has the exact list.
Director Schrader, back on.
Yeah. Yeah, the Softball Association, they went around, solicited sponsorship. The Softball Association has money into it. The Little League Baseball Association has money into it. The parks, what we just talked about here, the cell tower fund, that has funds into it. If you remember, there's cell towers at Gerke and there's cell towers at Xenoff, and all the money generated from those towers stays in those two parks. So the money generated at Xenoff stays into Xenoff. We did, in the past, we built a shelter with the money out there. We repaired some fencing, some PA systems. Basically, it offsets capital improvements because the money generated there stays right in there. The Community Parks Improvement Committee donated money for it. They have 7 private people donating money, anywhere from $65,000 to $3,000 for the project.
And just a note on that, that is not a city group. That is a group of citizens who actively participate in park improvements.
Community Parks Improvement Committee, yes.
Yes.
The Room Tax Committee, they came to the Tourism Committee, submitted a grant application, got money from the city room tax. They also got money from the Convention and Visitors Bureau's room tax funding for it, and they received a donation from Rutler and Associate. They'll be overseeing the construction part of the project. So that's where all the money has been raised.
Okay, Alder, does that answer your question?
Not the breakdown, but.
Okay. Director, if you could, at some point,
The
get-
cell tower, $185,000. Okay.
if at some point you could get that breakdown to the alders before next week, that would be helpful. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other comments from the audience? Okay, hearing none, we have a motion to approve or award the bid in the amount of not to exceed $291,896.34. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that bid is awarded. Item number 4, same type of thing. This is to award the bid contract B for the Xenoff Park Synthetic Turf Infield Improvements Project for synthetic turf installation to AstroTurf in the amount not to exceed $247,704. Director, anything to add? Or actually, Alder Slawinski?
I'll move approval of that contract.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Seconded by Alderperson McComb. Discussion there? Comments from the audience? Hearing none. All those in favor of awarding that bid in that amount signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that is approved. Item number 5 is to award the 2019 tree removal services to Tree Fella Company in the amount not to exceed $41,395. Director?
This is just something that Forster Ernster does every year, just gets quotes for that, for this service, and then brings it forward to this committee just to vote on. So this is just simple quotes, they're sent out, these are what we received back, because they're from Tree Fella and Zablowski, so no problem in his opinion with Tree Fella, so we'd just like to award the contract to them.
Okay. Comments, questions, or a motion? Alderperson Nebon?
I would move to award the 2019 tree removal services to Tree Fella Company in the amount of $41,395.
Thank you. Do you have a second?
Second.
We'll give a second to Alderperson Morrow. Comments from the audience? Any discussion from the committee? And if you are in favor of the, all those in favor of awarding that bid signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that's approved, and we stand adjourned at 6:21.
A video of this meeting is available for viewing on the city's website, stevenspoint.com/videos.